the three principles of the excellence habit, the masterclass. Welcome to the Fresh Thinking School of Excellence, where we curate the best content to inspire and equip you to be the very best person ever. What comes to mind when we talk about excellence? What does the excellence habit look like? Frequently, during our honeymoon at a new job, this blind belief is rewarded. We bust our chops, get recognized, and get a pat on the back. It is this pat on the back that changes our attitude from blind belief to justified belief. Our idea that hard work pays off is proven correct, so we place more trust in the system when what we think turns out to be accurate. We trust ourselves all the more, and we never revisit our comfortable adult choice. One of the sources of success is our ability to change. We can recognize when it matters and take active steps to adjust, to move our cheese. This is how we succeed, no matter what. We define success. We succeed by learning to use uncomfortable and live with it, not by avoiding it. From the masterclass, you will learn the following three fresh ideas. First key idea is the definition of the excellence habit. Second, the importance of deliberate practice to achieve success. Third, the identification and importance of the three rules of excellence. What is the excellence habit? Almost everybody wants to be successful. How can you achieve and cultivate the excellence habit? Most of us have two lives. The first is the life we live, and the second is the imagined life where we achieve all the success we dream about. Some build a bridge between the two lives. Deep down, we are aware of this problem. Kind of. If we do exceptional work, we have to move up, right? It is what we believe, and this conviction does not contradict our comfortable adult choice. We believe that all we have to do is work hard, do a great job, and it will happen. Somehow life owes us this. Well, the success habit is a biography of an idea, and the idea is simple. The primary success source is excellence, which depends more on our internal circumstances, grit, determination, and the discipline to put in the hard work as a matter of habit, not a matter of need, are crucial. And because human psychology is so complicated, we have a hard time rationally using what we know about ourselves to build excellence as a habit. This challenge is rooted in the fact that we already have a basic understanding of psychology. We all have experienced many emotions from bliss to terror to enchantment. We are all have felt inspired or intimidated by events at some point. We have exercised self-control and discipline or failed to do so as we have grown out of childhood. We have automated our days and we have automated our ways. Our decision making is guided and more often than not misguided by the habits based on biases. We build habits centered on irrational beliefs. Sometimes human lives hang in the balance because of these biases. Findings from dozens of scientists worldwide point out two the inevitable conclusion that our minds are also profoundly flawed. Despite their powerful analytical capabilities, we have evolved to make our brains happy. Success and excellence are often interchangeable synonyms, but they are not the same. We assume those who succeed did it because of the excellence in their work. We also believe that those who are committed to excellence will sooner or later succeed. There is, however, an essential distinction between success and excellence. Success is often defined and measured against a set of goals. For instance, personal success often includes having a good family, a lovely house in a good neighborhood, a stable career, and so forth and so forth. Professional success, what does it mean? Well, professional success is mostly about achieving ever higher business and professional goals. In most cases, we measure success against the amount of social influence, recognition, and money we obtain. Success is about results. Excellence, on the other hand, is about the process. It is about how we do the work. It is about how much we do every day. Excellence is about the road we take to reach our destination. What principles and habits did we apply to achieve success? How did we use our circumstances and social and business networks to get where we needed to go? How were we changed, and how did we change others while working on our goals? Are we happy about these changes? Are the others happy? What did we learn? What did we teach? In a way, excellence is a lot more than success, and it's a lot more personal. We often focus on dedicating our lives to success. Excellence may or may not be on our minds. We try to improve and assume that this will eventually lead to excellence. But let's consider for a bit a life dedicated to excellence. Let's look at the history and definitions of these terms. So, how does one achieve excellence? From ancient Greece to modern science, there seems to be one common theme. The most important way to achieve excellence is through practice. Yes, you got it, practice. But is practice enough? Can we achieve excellence by simply repeating certain routines enough times? What if we were repeating it wrong from the beginning? So practice is essential, but the gospel of the 10,000 hour rule is only half true. You can't get benefits from simple mechanical repetition. You need to bring your mind in on the action and work on adjusting your execution over and over to improve and get closer to your goal. This intelligent practice needs to include a feedback loop that helps you see and correct errors. The good news is that our brains are good at building routines. This is the first stage of excellence, the initial learning. We often get very excited at the beginning. Building an initial set of skills is a lot of fun. Our brains only access what we already know when our attention drifts during practice, when we are not fully present. The conscious brain does not engage. How can it be? We are using it for daydreaming, thinking about vacations or something else. At that moment, we engage only the learned experience, which is already automated in our subconscious minds. The process of rewiring the relevant circuitry and improving the particular routine is absent. No change occurs and the practice is all but wasted. This process, however, is uber necessary. It is the second and more important stage on the path to excellence. To become good at something, we must start paying attention while doing the boring practice. The hard part is focusing on how to make the small changes, the improvements in what we already know. These are the small steps that bring us closer to perfection. A life of excellence, therefore, is a life of paying attention and deliberate, continuous change. The need for continuous change is at the center of the idea of the excellence habit, and it might be the hardest to accept. Third, the 3 rules of excellence. Let's start with the first one. The first rule is a natural talent. The second rule is an intensive training. The third rule examines excellence as a product of context. When examining human excellence, psychologists focus on understanding exceptional achievement in science, art, or sports. Some focus on natural talent, others on intensive training and practice, and then some examine excellence as a product of context. For those supporting the nature argument, it is all about exceptional performance training, deliberate practice, and an intelligent involvement and commitment to a specific domain. The nurture fans believe that anyone can make it. All they need is complex and smart work. Regardless of the context, personality traits, or upbringing, anyone can succeed with the proper training. The second and perhaps more interesting fact about these high expectations is that we now officially live in the age of meritocracy. Politicians on the left and right, educators and social influencers agree that it's a good idea and we should make our society more meritocratic. In other words, nothing should hold you back if you have got talent, energy, and skill. You will get to the top. It is a logical, beautiful idea. If you deserve it, you will get it. There are a few problems with this idea. For one, if we genuinely believe in it, the opposite must be true. Those who deserve to get to the bottom will get to the bottom and stay there. In other words, your position in life is merited and deserved. As a result, failure is much more harsh, personal, and devastating. It is almost presumed to be deliberate. It is curious how language has evolved to reflect this change in attitude. If we met a poor person 100 years ago, we will likely call them unfortunate, but then we will describe them as someone who did not have enough fortune, who was not lucky enough. Nowadays, we will not be surprised to hear someone at the bottom of society called a loser. But by accepting that we could achieve anything, we have increased the pressure on ourselves to do it. But paradoxically, this makes it more challenging to reach our goals. The iceberg principle. The iceberg principle says that most of our efforts are invisible to the eye, just as the majority of the ice mass of an iceberg is underwater. So it is the majority of the hard work it takes to build lasting excellence habit. An essential aspect of this principle is that often the effort we make is meant to achieve other goals as well. Risk, adversity, and patience are key components of the iceberg principle. Risk is often perceived, not necessarily accurate. Not every black swan or worst case scenario we imagine will materialize and destroy our lives. Adversity and patience are related. We can often feel the flight edge when, in fact, the most proper response will be to focus on the job. When we feel impatient, it is often because of the fear that we are missing out. The fear is that if we are not achieving anything today, we are paying a high opportunity cost. The world will pass us by. Some of us know this is not true, but it is hard to overcome the feeling. Will the choice of the iceberg principle be enough? Of course not. Hard work needs to be matched with appropriately high goals and higher standards. The law of not selling out says that no matter what the circumstances, we keep intact our core values, beliefs, and principles. This is central to understanding excellence. When we are committed to building an excellence habit, we must stick to our principles even as our goals may change. Excellence is fitness for a purpose, and we need to remember this purpose. Will there be setback? Certainly. Will there be times when we feel overwhelmed by circumstances? Most likely. Yet, we keep our principles intact when we are committed to excellence. Remember, success often happens on the outside, while excellence always happens on the inside first. As Edmund Hillary said, it is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Can we choose to climb a different mountain? Yes. Our purpose will be most rewarding when it fits well with our identity. The who we are portion is the more challenging one. Problem solving on this level can occur when the third principle of excellence is present. This third principle is called the journey mindset. This slight change in our mindset can make a big difference in our lives over time. Tenacity, self-discipline, and greed are the common denominators of the three principles of excellence. We need the drive to keep going, even when most of our efforts remain invisible below the surface, a part of the iceberg that will be our success one day. We need the self-discipline not to sell out, not go for the easy win, but to stick to our principles and values when it matters. We need the determination to see everything in our lives as part of our unique journey. In summary, the three principles of the excellence habit, the iceberg principle, the law of not selling out, and the journey mindset offer a way of making sense of our path to success and fulfillment. These laws provide us with direction for how to go about discovering and building excellence as part of our daily lives. I'm glad we journeyed together during this masterclass. We appreciate you coming over, and we promise that only the best content will ever be put on this platform. To continue your journey with Fresh Thinking University Masterclasses, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube platform. As part of your continuing educational program, reflect on the following questions. What are the three key lessons you learned from this masterclass? How do you plan to implement what you learned in your professional and personal life? What are the three specific actions you can take in the next 24 hours? Yours, Dr. Masasikani Mishak Kosa, the director of the Fresh Thinking School of Psychology, the Thinking Futurist. Thank you.